Yeah, I've been in this tub soaking. Mind y'all, just told y'all I broke out my nails trying to test some ass up this morning. Yeah, I'm over here got the blinds up looking out the window, baby. That motherfucking car done pull back up. Yeah, I about need to get out this tub, ain't it? Cause he might do me just like that movie and drop that goddamn radio in his damn tube. I don't know.
You sat right here and set that up for him to talk, for her to talk to him, so you can rob Quan.
Hey, your husband get hurt. Well, baby, Sierra Williams, if it start up beef, he got his phone live. And guess what? Don't get on here lying because now I'm telling everything. Cause now you've been lying on me.
And now you don't want the phone back.
Oh, I ain't get to tell you. I ain't get to tell about Obie. Then.
I swear you're that. Show your face. Show your face, please. With sugar on top.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, make sure you check us out on Patreon at www.patreon.com/hookah_anonymous. You guys been telling us to create one for the longest, so we recently created a community where we will upload videos that we can't share on YouTube due to their guidelines. We'll also be dropping the latest to there first, behind the scenes information that you wouldn't find anywhere else on our socials. So make sure you become a member, and after you do that, head over to our official Instagram page at Hookah_anonymous and follow us there. Now without further ado, let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, I gotta continue saying this for the people in the back that operate off of emotion instead of reality and critical thinking and common knowledge of how the streets work, and just who don't understand the fact of how people can react when they're triggered and or had enough. Now, for the millionth time, this situation is most definitely unfortunate on both sides, and in the end, nobody wins. Two people lost their lives, whereas one took the other, but then he will go on to take his own life as well, leaving children behind that have to raise themselves without parents. Now, there's going to be people who look at the surface of things, but then there's others who look at the broader aspect of everything. And like I said in the last two videos, there's no winner in neither situation. But what I realized in this whole ordeal was two people that, whether you like it or not, they both needed help. Both of them were toxic. Both of them played a part in this fatal incident. But there's one that went to the unthinkable level and played God by taking the other's life. Now, before I continue, for those that are new to the situation, let's give a brief rundown on what's going on. There's a couple who was known on Facebook from Georgia who, according to family and friends, would go live often and be messy. By messy, I mean they would tell each other's business, give out tea on each other, and they would actually have an audience of people that would watch them. And you also had a couple of them that told them that they need their own show, which kind of egged everything on. Now, judging from the outside looking in, they weren't strangers to social media attention, and both of them indulged in the messiness of going live, not just one. However, this time, things would get a little out of hand where they both would admit to cheating on each other, contracting diseases from one another, then street business that had nothing to do with their situation would get mixed into the equation, and that's where I believe the problem started. Now, there's a few things I want to point out that I noticed within this live that were red flags and a recipe for disaster that led up to the fatal incident, but there's a name that was spoken up that you could tell changed the whole trajectory of the back and forth between both parties. Now, some people feel different about this after knowing all the details, and some people feel that no matter what, you're never supposed to play God and think you could take somebody's life no matter what, and I agree. But what if it was done by mistake? And I'm gonna get to that a little later on. Now, I just want to put a few things into perspective and then speak based on reality opposed to just emotion and what people feel. So we're going to get into two videos first, and then we're going to take it from there. Now, before we do that, make sure you hit that thumbs up button so we can get this video into the algorithm. And if you're not subscribed to the platform already, make sure you do so now. Let's get into it.
This is the last video I'm gonna make about the situation. More people seen part 2 than they seen part 1, so everybody think I'm defending the Frenchman. They think I am justifying a murder, which I'm not. I have critical thinking abilities to see all sides of a situation. On top of that, I'm a spiritual seer and a psychologist. I study human behavior. All I am pointing out and highlighting is the cause and effect of situations that we choose in life and how fast it can change in a blink of an eye. We already knew the nature of the man. We knew he was a woman beater. We knew he was an abuser. We knew he was violent. We knew he was emotional. We knew all of this bad shit about him. It was bad when he did it the first time. It was bad when he did it the second time. It was bad when he did it the third time. It was bad when he did it the fourth time. It was bad when he did it the fifth time. It was always bad. And now here we are. So when I said I don't think that he meant to unalive her, what I'm saying is that these people already admitted to voodoo and love spells, witchcraft, all in the mix of this. So yes, that's what he's saying out his mouth. That's what them demons saying. Yes, that's what they're saying. But the man that she was married to and had a child by, I don't think that he meant to unalive her. This was a repeated occurrence for them. Like this was nothing new. That's why I said what I said. I don't think that he merely just watched spiritual warfare, love spells, and witchcraft play out in real time. That's it. If you did not watch all 3 of those lives yourself, if you don't know the people, and if you don't know the story of what's going on, your comments are not valid. We are speaking on real life. Y'all getting y'all feelings because somebody is not here anymore. I watched my grandmother take her last breath in front of me. So how y'all feel about that type of stuff? I don't feel that way about that type of stuff. I'm not finna get all in my feelings and come over here playing no woe is me card about a situation that could have been prevented. I see kids that really need help out here. For people that are really struggling. Y'all make a mockery out of mental health until mental health is in the room with us. And then it's, oh my God. Stop always thinking it's a game, bro. All that, pick me. Pick by who? I've been chose my whole life. Pick by who? This is just some real life that people don't be wanting to talk about.
Now, before I get into the Obie character that everyone keeps saying Udi, let's put a few things into perspective first. 1, Duchess Dior, aka Zaria, told us herself that this man battles mental health issues that he even takes pills for. So off rip, that tells us that he may not be all together because he suffers from a serious illness that a lot of people suffer from, who will cause you to operate in an abnormal manner. 2, during the live, we seen the husband Shamarcus, aka Mark, drinking Hennessy. That's a recipe for disaster because liquor is involved, but not only is the liquor involved, but he's drinking on top of suffering from mental health issues, and they're arguing. The average person that's intoxicated is liable to act off impulse and do something that they wouldn't normally do if they were sober. So what makes you think that someone suffering from mental health issues wouldn't when they are impaired? Now 3, honestly to me this is the second most important of them all. While watching the live, they both admitted to practicing witchcraft, where she also accused him of putting a love spell on her, which is a no-no. Now for y'all that don't know too much about putting love spells on others and using root work to get a partner, let me tell you this, it's simple, don't do it. Most spiritual advisors would tell you it's not a good idea, but on top of that, the end results never seem to go in the sender's favor. And in fact, it backtracks on the sender and it usually causes them to crash out, just like we seen Mark do. Love spells are serious and I would advise anybody not to partake in it because anybody that I personally seen do it never got the results that they wanted. Just go on YouTube or TikTok and you can watch the stories there. I'm not saying it's not possible. It's just that the odds outweigh the positive. Now 4, the most important of them all is the names that was mentioned during that live that had nothing to do with what they had going on. Now during the live, outside of their own turmoil, there were names that were mentioned. It was Skis, Quan, and Obie, all of which seemed to be someone that were close or affiliated somehow with Mark, and street-related incidents transpired that may have put a target on Mark's back if he had involvement in anything pertaining to these guys. That was one thing to expose each other, but it's another thing to start involving others and also mentioning street business into relationship issues. Now Zaria mentioned Skis, who she says Mark was friends with, but Mark will ultimately end up trying to smash his significant other behind his back. She claims she hit Skis up and told him what was going on.
I caught her texting Squeeze because she seen me and Squeeze got their baby mama talking or whatever at that time. Me and that girl wasn't even on
You slime.
So, here we go.
Let me tell my truth.
I got that coming. Hey.
You went on there trying to tell.
Hey, look at here, man. Get out my line now. I'm telling you, leave it alone now. Get out my line. Go make your own line. Go make your own line. You done got on your. Listen, you done got on your.
He keep lying for that boy name like we had something on. Me and listen. You trying to slide there, but I told on you. That's what happened.
Again, stay out my line. Sit back and just listen to the story. So, here it is.
And he lied. Telling the damn lie.
She get bad. Oh, I don't give a get bad. She go in the other room, sleep in the room. So that early that morning, I go in there, snatch the phone from her. Go through the. I see the Snapchat. They talking on Snapchat. It's him. So I go through the message. See her telling him, "Oh, I'ma call you back. I'm on the phone with his mama and all this here."
Yeah,
like now, remind you, this is that used to damn run with me.
He used to run
long
with
story
you
short.
First.
Long
you
story.
tried Naya first.
Long story. I give you the right. Okay, so what did they give you the right to go talk to him?
No, I didn't.
Okay,
You slide
so
him.
it's your time.
And I told.
It's your correction. You told.
You slide him and I told him. I said, Mark.
Okay.
Then you have Quan, who Zaria also revealed that Mark was trying to set him up to rob him by using a mutual female. When they were arguing, Mark even told her that she's getting off topic, and instead of focusing on them, she's trying to incorporate street business into their problem.
Quan, that was a lie about what he said with Quan. You snow through that snowball at the glass at the screen though while I was recording her. Quan did slide up and say, "Who is that?"
So what did I at?
Hold on, this what you lied at. You sat right here and set that up for him to talk, for her to talk to him, so you can rob Quan. That's what you said.
It was even at a point where someone in the comments of the live even said, quote, "I heard someone trying to rob Quan," or something to that nature. So basically she was revealing street things that may have went unnoticed before, but now it's implementing him inside, in which he'll eventually have to deal with it in the long run. Someone who was on their live even told her that what she's doing can put her husband's life in danger. However, she said she didn't care because he was lying on her.
So they watch bad is there now what? If this shit stir up beef and your husband get hurt. Well, baby, Sierra Williams, if it start up beef, he got his own live. And guess what? Don't get on here lying because now I'm telling everything. Because now you've been lying on me.
Now to put the icing on the cake, the name that caught Mark's attention the most was a name called Obie. Now, during that whole live, Mark didn't pay her much attention. They was going back and forth, but he shrugged her off for the most part and proceeded to tell his story. But it was a specific name that was mentioned, and when she threatened to mention the story behind him, Mark's reaction switched.
Who?
Whatever his name.
Obie. By Obie? What about it?
Tell him that part.
What about it?
Tell him.
You tell him. What about it?
You can try to get me. Put my shoes on first.
What about it?
Yeah, hold on. I'm about to tell y'all the story. Hold on.
Yeah, tell him.
Then put my shoes on. He gonna try to up this one. Hold on. Let me put my shoe on. No, you love the sneaker beach.
Now in the video, as you can see, his reaction got totally different and he proceeded to tell her to talk about it. At that point, I don't think she understood how serious he was, because when he told her to talk about it, that was more like a "I dare you to." At that point, he gave her the phone and told her to talk about it. She briefly spoke on the squeeze guy, but then proceeded to go back to mentioning Udi, in which she meant Obie, and that's where you could hear Mark tell her right then and there that she was gonna DIE.
Oh, man. I ain't get to tell you. I ain't get to tell about Udi. Then
I swear you'll die.
I gotta die about that. You told my. I gotta die if I tell what happened.
Give me my phone.
Now what would make a man get so angry to the point where he's willing to take her life and his own life after? Who is Obie? Well, I knew off rip that it could be one or two things. Obie is someone that Mark was like on the down low with, or it was someone he may have done foul in the street. As we gather more information, it seemed more like Obie was someone that Mark may have been tied to on a street level, and Mark didn't want something coming out that would relate to Obie's situation and involve him as a whole. Now, someone on Facebook will speak about this and they would say, quote, "So it wasn't Odie, it's Obie. This is the dude that Mark set up and unalived that caused Zaria her life. It happened November 5th, 2017, and he was in ICU on life support until November 27th, 2017. That's why you don't pillow talk about your business. Obie Wilson." Somebody underneath will say, quote, "So after all the reading and investigation, Udi, the name she mentioned and got quiet on because he said you'll DIE about that, is someone he has set up and unalived." Another Facebook user will have something to say, as they would say, quote, "Everyone is talking about the girl Zaria and her live with her husband, saying he was DL. The truth is, the guy she mentioned at the very end was a friend that he set up and unalived, got off on it, and went to the funeral and lied to the boy's family as if he didn't do it. You could tell it was deeper than that. It's so sad. I knew it was about someone he unalived. I could feel it. He gives snake energy, all the people she was saying he wanted to rob and set up, etc. She put his business out there. He knew he wasn't safe no more out here. So that's why he did what he did. Selfish man, for real, for real." Now, honestly, this sounds the most accurate to me, because here's my theory. Something happened to Obie, nobody knew what happened, but by her bringing up the situation, it allowed people to discreetly know who did what. Even though she didn't say anything in particular, just by her mentioning the story, let those who's close know that Mark may have something to do with it, and maybe that's why he was so defensive. I'm not sure, but like I said before, you can see his reaction change big time after she threatened to talk about Obie after mentioning all the other names he didn't really care about. Now, I did my research and tried to look up any unalivings pertaining to a Obie Wilson that passed away in November of 2017, and honestly, I couldn't find anything. But I do feel that whatever happened to Obie, Mark played a part, and he knew that after information got out that he played a part in whatever it was, or the fact that she alluded that he may have known something about it, a target was going to be put on his head. And once again, I'm not defending Mark's actions, but judging from what I've seen in the turn of events, Zaria was veering off from talking about their issues and started involving street business into it, trying to expose him. And I think it's probably because she was feeling guilty because whatever he was saying about her was actually true and she knew it. But exposing him for what he did in the street shouldn't have been mentioned on that live. Some people may agree, some not, but it is what it is. I've never seen a live from them previously, but according to everybody else, they say that this is what they do regularly. It seems like maybe this time was the first time that the street business got put into it, and maybe that's why he reacted the way he did, but she didn't expect it to go this far. Now, here's another theory that I got that I found out after researching the incident furthermore and doing my homework. Yes, Mark unalived her, but maybe he didn't mean to do it. Here's why. Now, I apologize for saying that he stabbed her because that is false. Mark didn't stab her. Yes, during the live he grabbed a knife and threatened her with it, which made majority of us feel he stabbed her, which led to her unaliving. But after rereading the incident report, I've come to the conclusion that Mark didn't stab her. Now, as you read it, it says, quote, "The Twin City Police Department, the Emanuel County Sheriff's Office, and Emanuel County EMS responded to the location. When officers arrived, they found Zaria unconscious, and she was later pronounced deceased." Then it also says, quote, "Shamarcus Jameal Carr's death is being investigated by the Wayne County Sheriff's Office. The GBI's medical examiner's office will complete an autopsy on Zaria Carr." Now that tells us that it was no blood on the scene, no bullet wounds, no stab wounds, because it would have been included. Instead, they said she was unconscious when they arrived. So my theory is one of two things. Mark hit her one time and didn't mean to unalive her, or he hit her repeatedly and kept going, purposely trying to beat her unconscious, because we did hear him tell her that she was going to DIE after speaking on Obie. So when he was stopped by the police, he already knew there was a chance that she was unalive, which is why he decided to take his own life. So I'm not sure due to it being endless possibilities of what may have happened, but as more updates concerning this situation come out, I'll let you guys know. We're even looking to get the body cam footage of the whole scene, so y'all stay patient. On another note, y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'ma keep on dropping. And I'm out.